All right, well, you can't play them until you schedule them. Instant analysis, Paul Calvisi, Lisa Matthews. The schedule is out. 17 regular season games this year, Lisa.
Yes, the wait is finally over. So, Paul, how about we take a look at who the Cardinals are hosting at State Farm Stadium and some of the biggest storylines.
Envelope, please. All right, Lisa, the 16th season now at State Farm Stadium. Remember, until the pandemic, every game had been sold out, all 144. Here's the home opener. All right, the Vikings coming to town, going to match all those Minnesota plates around town, right? 9th time in the last 15 years the Cardinals and Vikings have matched up.
Yeah, and Paul, it's going to be a quick reunion for Patrick Peterson and the Cardinals. It's the first time P2 will step foot on the field at State Farm Stadium and not be wearing Cardinal red. Next up, the San Francisco 49ers. And Paul, there's no sharing State Farm Stadium this time around. If you recall last season, the Cardinals were playing house guests through the final chunk of the season.
Yeah, the Niners were a little rude last year in Week 16 when they put their feet up on the coffee table. Cardinals owe them one this time around.
All right, Paul, the obvious storyline here, Hopkins and Watt versus their former team. But let's not forget running back David Johnson. It will be his first game back here in the desert.
Yeah, the good thing is with Houston in town, the Cardinals can give him that thank you card for J.J. Watt and D-Hop. Just give it to him in person, and I'm guessing the rest of the roster is going to feed off the energy from Watt and D-Hop. It's a Texas' first visit to Arizona since 2013.
Now, Paul, the last time the Packers were in town, January 16th, 2016, that unforgettable 2015 season, and when the Hail Larry came to life.
Will Larry be there? Will Aaron Rodgers be there for this matchup? We know J.J. Watt will be there, and he grew up in Wisconsin, played at Wisconsin, and remember, this series dates back to 1921. All right, Cardinals and Carolina, their 15th meeting in the last 21 seasons. No, they're not in the same division, Lisa, but they know each other very well. Matt Rule and Cliff Kingsbury go back to their college days.
That's right, and this time around, possibly a chance to face a healthy Christian McCaffrey and put this Cardinals run defense to the test.
And Hassan Reddick against his former team. All right, here we go. Rams coming to town with their new quarterback, Matthew Stafford. Thing is, the Cardinals owe Stafford one for what he did last year to the Cardinals with that last-second win in the AZ.
That's right. The Cardinals are no strangers to the NFC West's newest starting quarterback, Matthew Stafford, who has actually faced the Cardinals, Paul, 8 times in the last 9 seasons.
All right, here comes Indy. They were a playoff team last year. Here comes former Cardinals assistant Frank Reich, the Colts head coach, and it's the Colts' first visit to Arizona since 2013, Lisa.
And Paul, the first time facing former Eagle quarterback Carson Wentz as a Colt, or will there be quarterback controversy? We shall see.
Cardinals and Seahawks, always drama. How about last year? It went overtime, and the Cardinals got their first win against Russell Wilson at home since 2012?
That's right. That snapped the 7-game winless streak at State Farm Stadium against the Seahawks. And Paul, they'll look to keep home field advantage. Cardinals once again in 2021.
So there's the opponents. We also know there's going to be some marquee matchups at quarterback. Think about it. Kyler, former #1 overall pick, going against 4 other #1 overall picks, and maybe Aaron Rodgers. We'll see about that. We do know the Red Sea will be at State Farm Stadium.
That's right, Cardinals fans. Be sure to head to azcardinals.com to secure your spot, and we cannot wait to see you back in the stands. Welcome into Instant Analysis. Lisa Matthews, Paul Calvisi here with you. And the wait is finally over, Paul. Cardinals getting ready to face teams on the road. They face the NFC North, the AFC South. So what's it looking like for Cards on the road here?
It's a great question, because if you're one of the sideline reporters, you're wondering about bad weather in Chicago, Cleveland, humidity in Jacksonville. Let's find out. Last time the Cardinals went to Nashville and played Tennessee, they got a win in overtime, 37-34, 2013. Cardinals have won 3 of the last 4 in this series against the Titans.
And we love revenge games. New quarterback and free agent pickup Malcolm Butler facing his former team since landing in the desert.
Cardinals and Jags, you're thinking, man, you don't see this matchup too often. No, only the 6th all-time meeting, Lisa, and the Cardinals' first trip to Jacksonville since 2013.
But it is another bout between 2 #1 overall picks, this year's Trevor Lawrence. How will he hold up against Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt?
Cardinals going to L.A., taking on the Rams. Forget the Malibu Beach House. Their stadium costs more than $5 billion. It's spectacular, but they had 0 fans all of last year.
Well, Paul, speaking of zeros, the Cards have yet to beat the Rams in the Sean McVay era. Cards looking to flip the script here in 2021. Must-see TV right here. Cannot wait for this rematch between Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. Now, if you recall, Paul, in Murray's rookie season, the Cardinals took down Mayfield and the Browns in Week 15 at State Farm Stadium.
Yeah, Cardinals going to try and make it 5 straight wins against Cleveland overall. Their first trip to C-Town since 2015.
Last season, the Cardinals shocked everyone in Week 1 on the road in San Fran to knock off the former NFC champs. And Paul, things might still be a little foggy at Levi's Stadium.
Yeah, I got you on that. The fog in the air in the Bay Area and also in the quarterback room, right? Will Jimmy G be Jimmy IR again and injured, or will it be Trey Lance? All you know is the Cardinals are 5-2 at Levi's Stadium. All right, Cardinals at Seattle, and Lisa, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think I actually missed the 12s last year. Almost.
It's definitely a home away from home for the Cards. Arizona has 8 wins, Paul, in Seattle, twice as many as any other visiting team since the venue opened.
Yeah, it's great to silence the Seahawks fans. The Cardinals at the Bears, and this one goes back to 1920, this series, their 92nd meeting, the Cardinals and Bears.
Yeah, it's been a while since these two teams have faced off in the Windy City, 2015 to be exact. Now this matchup, Paul, will be interesting because who'll be starting that day?
Yeah, the veteran Andy Dalton or the rookie Justin Fields.
Cards can't escape quarterback Jared Goff as he leads the Lions this season. Now, Paul, Goff is 6-1 in his last 7 starts against the Cards. Yeah,
the former Rams QB. And no, the Cardinals and Lions are not in the same division, even though this will be their 9th meeting in the last 10 years. The good news, Matt Prater will be on the Cardinals side. Remember, he had that 39-yard game winner as the Lions beat the Cardinals last year.
Back-to-back years, the Cardinals head to Dallas. Cliff and Kyler return to AT&T Stadium, where, Paul, Kyler's undefeated.
He's 7-0, Kyler, in that stadium between high school, college, and the NFL. Remember, he went to high school some 40 miles away, and his high school record was 43-0 as a starting quarterback in Texas. So there you go. Now, in terms of strength of schedule, they crunch the numbers, #NoMath, and the Cardinals have the 13th most difficult schedule. In terms of most compelling games, they rated the top 17. Remember, it's a 17-game regular season. The Cardinals have 2 at Cleveland, and then the Houston Texans coming to State Farm Stadium.
Well, they'll need that home field advantage, which means you, the fans, be sure to head to azcardinals.com to secure your spot.